Hey Virgo, EverlongMystic here. So, we are going to do a reading, and the reading is going to be based off of a card that I've pulled for you from my Divining Poets deck, and it's the work of William Butler Yeats. And yours is like one sentence. It's a tiny excerpt, but anyway, let me read it. It says, "Between extremities, man runs his course." So it's a tiny little sentence, but it can represent like a lifetime of things. So, sorry, I got cat hair. Okay, so this might get a little bit dark, Virgo, because you wanted me to use the Dark Night of the Soul tarot. But to me, but I was thinking, that's one extreme. So I picked another deck, just the gilded tarot, and I think that's going to be the other extreme. So I feel like we're going to do two sections. I did Libra in two sections. We're going to do that. Those will be the extremes, okay? So we're going to start with this one and see what kind of extremities that you're running through right now. And it doesn't mean you're like sitting in them. It just means it's like a peripheral, right? So what are your extreme peripherals right now for Virgo? Oh, man. All right. I need to remove myself from this reading. Okay. I'm removing myself. We're just going to read. Okay. So we have the Two of Rage, and it's called Fire Escape. And I am just seeing this as totally trying to avoid conflict. So, where are we going with this? Avoiding conflict. Because I don't really see it as literally escaping a fire. I feel like the fire is, because it's Two of Rage, right? Two of Wands. It's anger. There's some kind of, it's kind of like avoiding conflict because you just don't want to be angry. Wow, you have another two. Okay, Virgo, you have two too. Two of Decay. So that would be like the Two of Pentacles. And the card, it says wavering. Gosh, it's like this wavering, it makes me feel like it's kind of like this isn't a constant in your peripheral, like it flashes in and out, it wavers, you know what I mean? Like it flashes in and out of your peripheral. It's not a constant thing. You probably do manage to escape most confrontations that would totally piss you off. But just for the fact that this Two of Pentacles is Two of Decay, I feel like just the decay part is that you might you might be missing out on something. You might be missing out on something that you're supposed to be angry about. Like not letting yourself be angry when you should feel the feel, you know what I mean? Alright, what else about this? What about this extreme? It doesn't really seem like that extreme of an extreme, but I should probably watch my mouth. Knock on wood. Okay, so we have more decay. We have Nine of Decay, and it's alienation. It's kind of like the opposite of the Nine of Pentacles here. It's like I'm just kind of getting like nothing grows here. Again, with the very similar to Libra, where there was this kind of issue of potential, letting yourself remain stagnant for too long. That's exactly one of the things that came through for Libra, and that's coming through for you also, Virgo, is it's like alienating yourself, but in a way that doesn't allow growth. Like the sun is completely clouded here, okay? And it's interesting, on every single card you have the sun trying to come out and it's being obscured somehow, Virgo. Here you've got the smoke and the fire, right? Like totally just clouding up. It's like turning the day into night, darkness, right? Here you've got what looks like nighttime, right? But this, whether this is the sun or the moon, it's like there's mist and there's clouds covering it up, so it can't be fully illuminated. It's like you don't want to see this part. It's like it stays in your peripheral. And here it's like the light can't get through to grow, to grow the foliage, to grow whatever you're trying to grow, because the 9 of Pentacles is supposed to be a super abundant card, and it's almost like the more you avoid these situations, the more you avoid situations that really make you angry, you think it's helping you, but it's not always helping you. It's actually creating some kind of stagnant wasteland over here. Kind of stagnant wasteland where there's you don't have growth. There's no growth. All right, so that's one extreme, okay, Virgo? So now we're gonna look at the other extreme. This is like the more positive side, you know what I mean? Now, for those of you that didn't click off during this part, yay. We're getting to the positive part. All right. So what's the other extreme? What's the other extreme for Virgo? Oh, all 3 cards. All right, we have Ace of Pentacles. Put it here. Ace of Pentacles, and this is like the grand poobah of opportunity, the grand poobah of, like just like I guess opportunity is what I really want to say, but it's grand. There's this kind of like a steadfast, grand feeling about this card. And it's kind of like keeping your eye out, because if you notice, most of the animals in this card are kind of they're looking around. They're on alert, looking for these opportunities. It's like, and this is totally Virgo, paying attention to details. And it's funny that's coming through, because you've got this in your peripheral. So I know you freaking notice this stuff. You notice it. You know it's there, but you're like, shh. Well, let's just look for other stuff. Yeah, and that's you being deviant. Look at you, 7 of Swords. That's you being deviant with yourself. It's like you're giving yourself the sleight of hand, or more like the sleight of eye, because you see every detail. And so in a way, you are kind of ripping yourself off a little bit by not kind of paying attention to this, because like 2 of Rage, 2 of Wands, that's that's you choosing a direction. This is you making a choice. Choices are important. Like choice points are what that's how we run our course, right? Man runs his course between extremities. Like it's full of choice points. And then here we have the Hanging Man. And all of his coins are falling out of his pocket. All of his coins. Makes me think of that video a long time ago. Not a long time ago, but several months. That Reem did, the Rare Gazelle, where she had the hangman and the seeds were falling out of his pockets. The thing is with this hangman, though, is that I don't think you can hang here for long, Virgo. And I think that's a message for, like, this right here, the Seven of Swords with the hangman. It's like you can't keep deceiving yourself for much longer because there's gears here. You know, up top, there's gears, and it's like they're turning and they're turning, and you're getting closer and closer, and your foot is almost right there. Like, you're gonna get all crunched up. And it's funny because this is supposed to be like the more positive extreme, but it's like your extreme. It seems like your extremes, Virgo, for this message are. Oh man, what was I just gonna say? It's like dealing with things that are that are a reality in your, that you are really exposed to, that are really happening, like reality versus deception. It's like you want this. It's like you want this to be your reality, you know? But you kind of, but it's deceiving yourself because it's not just this. All right, I'm going to get some cards in the middle here because it feels like we need to, I don't know, it kind of feels like, I mean, the quote says, between extremities, man runs its course. So this is really kind of where you're at. These are the peripherals, the extremes. So I don't think you are, Virgo, as delusional as this might appear. I think that's the extreme. You know what I mean? Like you're actually here. So, okay. So where is Virgo? I almost wonder if these are just coming out as a warning, like, hey, don't, don't get too stagnant, Virgo, because you got shit to do, or like, but don't delude yourself. Okay. So, Virgo running their course. So what's Virgo actually doing here? What are these choice points? Alright, so we have Three of Swords. What I like about this Three of Swords is that there is, I mean, I don't like the fact that it's an injury. There's obviously an injury here, Virgo, and it's an injury of the heart, of course, but there's someone else there, Virgo, and they are willing to help you pull this sword out. That I really like. It's like the promise or the opportunity, which right here, opportunity, it's an opportunity to remove the wound or heal the wound or move on, right? And I'll bet you that this wound right here has caused quite a bit of anger within you. Oh, interesting. So we have the Six of Pentacles here, and it's being represented by a clock, time. It's almost like equal, I don't know, that's so weird. It's almost like equal time because it's at 6 o'clock, and it's like the clock is divided like right here, half and half. It's almost like the amount of time it takes you to soak in this and mull over it and let it stagnate, if that's what you do, or whatever, the amount of time that you are staying in this Three of Swords energy is the amount of time it takes to get like to go back to zero. Or does that make sense? Like, let's say you're just in like self-pity mode, or you're in healing mode or whatever for, let's say, 3 months. It's going to take you, like, as soon as you allow yourself to move on from this energy, it'll take another 3 months to get to where you can see something as a great opportunity, if that makes any sense whatsoever. It's like like this equal time or something. So we have the King of Wands here, and he's noticing something. Gosh, I wonder if he sees the fire. He's pointing right at the fire. Oh shit, yeah, and we have the star. It's actually saying here, the King of Wands, he's pointing at the fire. He's like, look, there's a fire within you, and that's not healed, and it's time to heal it with the star. It's like I can see it burning on the horizon. I can see the smoke in the sky. I can see that smoke in your peripheral, Virgo, and it's time to heal it. And your pain, the pain of that Three of Swords, it's seen as well. And it's, it's like if you're still holding on to it, there is something that you need to do about it. And just for the fact that there is, I don't know what is it called? Not a club, but a spade maybe? There's a spade on the skeleton's head, and that I think is the swords. That's the swords of, the suit of swords, right? So it makes me think that whatever it is, if it's a who or a what, whatever, that is willing to help you pull this sword out of like some of the three swords out of you is completely capable of doing it. And it could just be a version of you. It could just be like your mental body helping out your heart space kind of thing. But I like it. Okay. 2 more. Is there anything else Virgo needs to know about this? Temperance. Little goes a long way is what I'm getting with this. A little goes a long way. So, and it's funny because it comes out underneath the King of Wands. King of Wands can be super gusto. Like, let's go rally the troops, come on! You know what I mean? And sometimes, Virgo, you're just not in that kind of mood, and so that's okay. It's kind of like this Temperance card is saying, it's okay, you don't have to be super gusto, because these kind of things take time. Eight of Pentacles. So with this Eight of Pentacles, it's like they're holding a sack. These are like, I don't know, it feels like it's something that's waiting for you. Now this sack, it could be filled with wherever this Ace of Pentacles could lead you. But it does feel a little bit hidden, like you're going to have to work for it. I mean, the Eight of Pentacles is a card of work. You know what I mean? You're going to have to work for it, but there's something in this sack here that is for you. I almost wonder if it's like the replenishment of what's falling out of your pockets here. It's like you lose it. It's like you lose these coins when you go to extremes. But if you stay your course, you know what I mean? If you stay your course, if you persevere, tend to what needs to be tended to, not going overboard, then your coins are replenished. I like it. All right, Virgo, very interesting. I didn't know that this was going to go this way, but here's your message. I thank you so much for being here, and I thank you for embracing your inner mystic. I'll see you next time. Bye, Virgo.